Hey there, and welcome to today's Explainer. If you're joining us for this, you probably already know that the journey to building a family is just incredibly profound. It's a path filled with so much hope, big dreams for the future, and, yeah, quite naturally, a bit of anxiety too. Fertility planning is deeply personal, so today we're really just going to act as your supportive guide to walk you through a topic that brings an incredible amount of hope to parents all over the world: family balancing and gender selection. We're going to look at exactly what this means, the amazing science behind it, and how it's actually helping families design their futures with real care and precision. Right off the bat, it's literally the most common question we get on this topic. And people usually ask it with this mix of wonder and hesitation. Can you actually choose your baby's gender? Well, the answer, quite simply and reassuringly, is yes. Through some truly incredible advancements in assisted reproductive techniques, parents now have a safe, completely reliable medical pathway to make this choice. It really just gives a sense of agency and comfort back to parents who have a very specific vision for their family's future. Okay, here is our roadmap for today's explainer. We're going to cover understanding family balancing, how genetic testing works, medical versus personal reasons, gender selection specifically in the UAE, and finally, the costs and next steps. Let's start with Section 1, Understanding Family Balancing. So, what do we actually mean when we talk about this procedure? Well, the medical world uses a very compassionate term for it: family balancing. In plain English, this just means helping parents make sure their family has that perfect mix of boys and girls they've always dreamed of. Often couples find themselves with maybe 2 or 3 kids of the same sex, and they just have this deep personal yearning to experience raising a child of the opposite sex. Family balancing just uses modern medicine to help complete that picture. Moving right along to Section 2, How Genetic Testing Works. The key to this entire process really comes down to one acronym you're going to see a lot in fertility clinics: PGT-A. That stands for Pre-Implantation Genetic Testing. Try not to let the medical jargon overwhelm you, because it's actually a beautifully straightforward concept. Basically, during the IVF process, before the embryo is safely placed into the mother's womb, doctors can gently screen its chromosomes. It's just a proactive, protective step to look at the genetic makeup of the embryo before the pregnancy even begins. And here is the really reassuring part. Because this screening process is looking directly at the actual chromosomes, specifically the X and Y chromosomes that determine biological sex, it isn't based on guesswork or timing. The accuracy of identifying the gender through PGT-A is an astounding 99.9%. That is virtually certain, which provides just immense peace of mind to couples going through this process. All right, Section 3, Medical versus Personal Reasons. Now, families pursue this pathway for 2 very different but completely equally valid reasons. On one hand, you have couples opting for gender selection for strictly medical reasons. There are severe genetic diseases, things like hemophilia or Duchenne muscular dystrophy, that are linked specifically to gender and can actually be fatal in boys. So knowing the gender allows doctors to prevent passing on these devastating conditions. On the flip side, you have family balancing. That's the deeply personal desire to maybe have an equal number of boys and girls, or ensuring your kids have siblings of the same gender. And both of these paths are treated with the utmost respect by fertility specialists. But what's absolutely amazing here is that this process does far more than just distinguish gender. Since doctors are already using PGT-A, they can simultaneously check for more than 200 different genetic disorders. Think about that for a second. This means the absolute primary focus remains firmly on safety and health. The ultimate goal isn't just helping you have a boy or a girl, it's to prioritize the implantation of a thoroughly healthy embryo, giving your future child the very best possible start at life. Okay, Section 4, Gender Selection in the UAE. You might be wondering where families actually go to access this care safely, and why so many are looking to the Middle East. Well, the United Arab Emirates has established itself as a true global leader here. Unlike some countries that strictly limit gender selection only to medical emergencies, the UAE offers a highly progressive legal framework. It is fully legal and regulated here for both medical needs and personal family balancing. With high-tech labs and strict clinical oversight, cities like Dubai and Abu Dhabi have really become premier safe haven destinations for international families. And the level of clinical excellence, it's staggering. Top regional providers like ART Fertility Clinics, which operate in Abu Dhabi, Dubai, and Al Ain, deliver a success rate of over 71%. That places them among the highest in the entire Middle East. For families traveling from abroad or living locally, that 71% is a massive beacon of hope. It means your dreams are in the hands of honest, transparent, and highly successful medical pros. Finally, Section 5, Costs and Next Steps. Let's take the mystery out of the logistics. The patient journey follows 4 clear, highly monitored steps. Step 1 is standard IVF or in vitro fertilization to carefully gather the eggs. Step 2 is ICSI, intracytoplasmic sperm injection, which is just a highly precise method of fertilization where a single sperm is injected directly into the egg. Step 3 is our screening process, PGT-A, to safely identify the gender and check for genetic health. And step 4 is the safe, hopeful implantation of your healthy, chosen embryo. Walking through these exact steps ensures there are absolutely no surprises. Now, when planning a family, financial transparency is honestly just as important as medical clarity to help ease anxiety. At premier centers like ART Fertility Clinics, specialized packages that encompass this entire highly technical journey, including the IVF, the ICSI fertilization, and the PGT-A screening, are priced around AED 39,000. Knowing those costs up front, it just allows couples to plan their future thoughtfully and without hidden stresses. As we near the end of our explainer today, I really want to leave you with this deeply empathetic reminder from the medical community. The technology is incredibly advanced, yes, but at its core, this is a human journey. Clinics prioritize offering family balancing only after a very thoughtful conversation with the parents about the expectations for their child. Your doctors are your partners in this. They are there to ensure every single choice is made with care and with a deep understanding of your family's unique emotional landscape. Fertility care has evolved beautifully to not just treat medical conditions, but to actually nurture personal dreams and bring balanced joy into homes. The science and the support systems are overwhelmingly on your side. So as we wrap up, I'll leave you with this final thought. Are you ready to carefully design your family's future? Thank you so much for joining me today. Keep asking questions, lean on your medical providers, and stay hopeful.